Society hands us a standard blueprint for a stable life. Study hard, score high, and secure a university degree. It's a path designed to minimize risk through academic obedience. For the first 7 years of my education, I followed this path exactly. I was the top-tier student teachers used as an example, bringing home the report cards and trophies that supposedly guaranteed a smooth future. The system operates on an unwritten agreement. We assume that if we fulfill our academic obligations and stay within the lines, the structures of society will protect us when things get difficult. But this formula is built for a world where variables never change. It is a rigid script that begins to fragment the very moment real-world events stop following the plan. That fragmentation happened when my mother was diagnosed with schizophrenia. Almost overnight, my household shifted from a stable middle-class environment into a state of constant emotional and financial crisis. Maintaining the perfect student persona is impossible when your home life is in chaos. My focus slipped, and by the time I reached my 10th grade boards, my scores had dropped to 76%. The social reaction was immediate. The same teachers and friends who praised me when I was at the top of the class quickly changed their behavior, labeling me a failure as soon as my grades no longer met the standard. I was surrounded by the certificates and medals I had earned over the years, but I realized they were completely non-liquid. Not one of those trophies could help pay for my mother's medical treatment or solve our urgent financial needs. Real-world tragedy reveals the limitations of academic prestige. True survival in a crisis depends on liquid capital and market leverage, two things the traditional school system never mentions. I spent my first few months of desperation trying the standard digital paths. I experimented with video editing, design, and photography, looking for any freelance work that would pay. But traditional freelancing has a significant bottleneck. The time required to find clients and process payments is often too slow for a family facing an immediate medical crisis. This led me to explore script writing and audience retention. I found specialized agencies charging 4 lakh rupees per month to help creators manage the specific psychology of their viewers. This pattern of wealth generation appears throughout tech history. Many of the figures who built the most significant companies achieved massive scale while bypassing the formal degrees society usually requires. We see the same strategy being used today by the highest-earning creators in India. These individuals built their platforms by prioritizing an understanding of human behavior over academic credentials. In the modern digital economy, the most valuable leverage you can own is the specific skill of capturing and holding human attention at scale. My first attempt at a YouTube channel was a disaster. I relied entirely on ChatGPT to write the scripts, and the videos consistently launched to 0 views. The AI could produce grammatically correct sentences, but it lacked the human relatability and emotional pressure points needed to keep a viewer from clicking away. To fix this, I developed a framework based on 3 pillars. For a video to work, it has to be simultaneously relatable, entertaining, and informative. When I applied this psychology to my new channel, Step Breaks, the results changed immediately. It monetized in a matter of months, bringing in my first 1 lakh rupees. The creator economy is less about the tools you use and more about your ability to understand and prevent audience drop-off. I soon realized that thousands of other creators had the same problem I had solved. They had established audiences but lacked the retention skills needed to maximize their growth. I pivoted from making my own videos to acting as a B2B consultant. I began selling my scriptwriting and retention strategies directly to other creators to help them stabilize their channels. This shift generated over 4 lakh rupees from client work alone, providing the financial stability my family had been missing for years. A few years ago, I had to borrow my friend's phones just to take a photo. Now I own the premium tools and assets required to run an independent business. Wealth isn't generated just by having a skill. It's generated by productizing that skill to solve a specific problem for others. The final stage of this model was taking my consulting knowledge and packaging it into a 99 rupee ebook that anyone could access. This allows for a scalable passive income stream that works regardless of how many hours I personally put in, while also building a private community for further growth. Today, my family is healthy and my financial situation is stable. This is a very different reality than the one I faced when I relied solely on the traditional middle-class formula. An institutional degree is a static credential. In the 21st century, the most reliable protection is the ability to identify where attention is moving and the mastery of the skills needed to capture